of course, I put mine on, and of course, that was what I was the first year. So I'm not wearing the lanyard anymore. But if you go to the administration building, there's a beautiful seal out front. You're not supposed to step on it. If you step on it before you have a degree from Roanoke College, then you probably won't graduate, is the lure. And thankfully, I had a student who saved me, actually dove to rescue me from stepping on the seal, because maybe I won't finish the presidency well if I had stepped on the seal. But there's also a kicking post that you can't walk by without kicking it. Again, it has deleterious impact if you fail to follow these really important rules.
I think every campus has
They
something
do,
like
they
that.
do, yeah.
Rubbing the toe of John Harvard, the founder, as in Harvard Square, and I know we had them in Bloomington, Indiana, where I went to college. Roanoke College in general. What do you say to someone who's never heard of it when you're trying to explain what Roanoke College is and what its place is in sort of the ecosystem of higher ed in the area?
Yeah. Well, I have been on a number of college campuses as a faculty member, as an administrator. I've worked at mainly really large public institutions. This is my first foray into a 2,000 student college campus. I am absolutely in love with the kind of education that it delivers. It's intimate. Most of our classes are going to be 15 to 18 students. The faculty member is going to know every student and the details about them, and I think most importantly, every faculty member is going to know what Frank Shushok's goals and aspirations are at any given time, and be thinking ahead of Frank Shushok. How do I get Frank where Frank is trying to go? Or if Frank doesn't know where he's trying to go, how do I help Frank sort that out? That's the kind of place Roanoke College is. It's intimate. The education, I would call it customized. So there's a chance for students to really build their education and to think intentionally about how they take courses that complement this course or that course, or can I study business finance and poetry? Can I hold those two things together? And the answer at Roanoke College is yes. I can't say enough about the faculty members. These are really distinguished faculty members, but why do they choose to teach at Roanoke College? Because they want to be in a classroom with 18 students, and they want to know them, and they want to care about their whole life, and they want to think about students in a holistic way so that they can really focus on the kind of life they want to live. Our mantra is, our purpose is to help you discover your purpose. So that's a big part of what we, work is work, but when we find work where we can contribute and that is meaningful at the same time, those kinds of jobs have staying power.
That's the power of the liberal arts school. I've attended several different colleges myself, and the feel is different. The big research institution at Virginia Tech, which has an awesome place.
They all play a role. They're just very different.
Right. Often people are just focused on that idea of what job are you training people to have, or what is your ability to place people in employment? I know that's important. People still worry about that, but in terms of a classic liberal arts education, how does that compare to a more focused, we're going to turn you into an architect?
Well, I really appreciate the question. It's a very important conversation to have. And listen, we absolutely want our education to result in a job upon graduation. That is important. And the good news is that is absolutely happening. In fact, we've got great research out of Georgetown University that a student, because they graduated from Roanoke College, is going to make over $1 million more over a lifetime because they graduated, on average, because they graduated from Roanoke College. So people are getting jobs. But here's the conversation I think we need to be having in the 21st century. What job isn't constantly transforming or coming and going? What jobs are we preparing students for at Roanoke College? Well, one answer might be that job as soon as they graduate, but actually we're preparing them for the multiple jobs that they're going to have over a lifetime, and being able to constantly reinvent themselves, to be adaptable, to be agile, to be able to work in groups and teams, to have leadership skills, to be able to communicate effectively, to be excellent writers. These are the kinds of students that are at Roanoke College and the kind of education they're getting. So, but not only do we want them to get a job that earns a living, we also want them to ask the question, what kind of work is going to give my life meaning and purpose? It's going to be the kind of job that I get up in the morning and say, that is worth it, that makes my life feel like it matters, that it makes a difference. And sometimes those can be independent things. You can actually be very good at a job that makes a very good salary that you hate. And having that conversation is important. One of the things that we say is we want every student at Roanoke College to have an internship or meaningful work experience while they're at Roanoke College. Well, why? Well, I just talked to a student this week who said, I had a great summer internship because I wanted to go to law school, so I was working with a local attorney. And what I learned is I hate what attorneys do. And I said, that is a wonderful internship. That's the best kind of internship, because the worst kind of internship, the worst kind of thing that you could do is to graduate and go to law school, invest all that time and money, and then to realize, wow, that's not really what I think is aligned with the kind of work that I want to do.
I want to talk a little bit about your